All right, this is YouTube Submarine 55. We're going to go over strategies about life and about uploading YouTube content, but mainly about strategies of life. One of my videos was talking about the untold powers of a woman. I have to give you the backdrop or the history on where all that's coming from, because there's no story behind that. But I'm going to give you the story right now. All right, number one. The reason why that you don't want to fight women is because they have, in and of themselves, the power of motherhood. And they can use that against you if you are a man, or etc., etc. So, I don't know how to say this, but I'll say it just as plainly as I can. I was raised by females, women. I don't know what the political right way to say that, but this is a raw video, so there's no editing or anything like that. So what you're getting is what you're getting. Now, like I said before, I have grown up, been raised by mainly females. My dad wasn't around. He was making a lot of money, yes, but he wasn't around. So, and then to make a long story short, or shorter, we have my own personal life. As far as I went into this, what would be considered a nunnery, but it's not. I'm trying to avoid the four-letter word that you can definitely make the conclusion about, but I was in a separated Christian community of sorts. So in that structure and in that format, I was pretty much, by the daily task, structured by women. Okay? Now, they ruled every single aspect of the motion after the ceremony to the closing hours of the day. The elders, they definitely ruled over the families. So even having a family, as for myself, I did have a family in that structure, the elders actually ruled or had the final say. So me being in this situation of a quote-unquote father title, there was no final authority as a father. It's the elders that ruled. So now I am in your society as far as the element of the world goes. And there is an absence of 25 years. You could be talking to me, and I don't know what has happened within the world structure for 25 years. So, all that is missing. Okay? And just listen to me. These people, as you would say, I don't want to keep saying women or female, because in this society it feels like it's a bad connotation. I don't know what proper word to say. She? Okay. And what appears to be that you don't necessarily have to say that you are sorry in its proper form. The expression goes as, that was my bad. A sorry is a sorry, and it's been eliminated, it appears. So, you guys say, that's my bad. Now, for women, I believe they deserve more than that. They deserve an actual detailed I, as an individual, am saying to you as a female or as a woman, I am sorry for fill in the blank. If a man would just say that in its entirety, I'll say it again. I, as an individual, I am sorry. I apologize for, and then complete the sentence in detail, even giving time factors. You will alleviate, what's the word? Alleviate, to decrease, to distill the wrath that can come from this woman. They can actually issue wrath. There was something called long time ago, the wrath of Khan. That should have been a woman. They have an untold ability to time factor wrath. You don't even have to be attacked right now. They can do it much later. And if it is much later, they can do it in such a packaged Christmas with a bow right on top, cherry on the top, wrath. So for me, being raised by women in that type of structure and then coming back into society after 25 years because of the child support issue, I personally have that mechanism in me. Okay, because I really, really apologize to women because they have the power to even make my food taste bad. I've come from work, and I have a few spots to which I really want to go and sit down and have this wonderful, wonderful hamburger. This hamburger is just like, to me, it's out of this world. And I know how that hamburger tastes. But a woman has the power to actually text you, and it's just a few words. Just a few. Not even a long sentence. And they got the power to make that delicious hamburger taste bad. Now, I've already explained all of this in my other previous video, but I just wanted to give you the background of where all this is coming from. So, therefore, you need a little clip of my life in and of itself. So then, removing myself from that religious establishment, I had to go back into the world of as it is, and child support was issued during Christmas. Now that was kind of hard for me, you know. Well, poor baby. I don't. Hey, okay, pass is a pass. I'm not pussyfooting the pass. That's a cat. I'm not catting the pass, okay? But as I look into the distance, but I have to touch on it. And even for me, this is very therapeutic to actually reveal what I've gone through. All right, so with all that said, she was down in her part, the region of the world, trying to take care of her dying mother. And then all of a sudden, my mother up here, up north, started to, she only had like about 700 days, pretty much. In 700 days, you would think that you'll be with that person like 24/7. But my mom was a very strong, I mean, I'm talking about strong-willed person. Strong-willed mother. Man, she'd tank. So powerful. So she didn't really need any supervision. She just wanted to be left alone and just to know that, you know, you only got days. Like, what do you do with yourself? So I took care of that. And sad to say, her because of she had to switch from hospital to different floors, being in that state of going, some type of nurse of some sort, I don't know who, they stole from my mother. They actually, okay, but, so besides all that, I'm trying to get to the point. The point is, I found her purse, and I mean, you talk about the look of satisfaction, the look of everything that you can imagine at the end of a football game or at the end of the Super Bowl. I mean, there was such glee in her awoken eyes that I am so pleased with you, son. It's unreal. What she instilled in me in that moment of I thank you, son. And then soon after that, she passed away. So I was dealing with that, and then my ex, she was dealing with her nightmare of her failing mother, and I think just the family after the fact, just the after effect of her mother dying. Do you think that I was going to fight for children for custody in that type of situation? Here she is going down there, scrambling down there to take care of things, to take care of her grandfather. Do you think I'm going to raise up custody issues? No. Intuition said no. So I had to follow my intuition and not attack. Of course you don't attack anybody in the middle of death. Come on. So as time went on, I realized that, the children are not going to come back up north. She's keeping them. So in and of itself, her race is Blackfoot Indian. I don't know if that's the right word to say nowadays, but that's her biological tribe. And then you have, I don't even know what to say either here, Afro-American, is that the right word to say? So the two mixed together, intuition said, you better not raise a word against her. I'm afraid to even raise a negative word towards her. Because like I said before, I think women have the power to affect not only your food, but the atmosphere. Like the day just goes by so bad if you attack a woman. So I've already said that, but that's the history behind me. So that's the reason why I'm saying what I'm saying. Scrolling over the past, it's to revert back to being a single man, so to speak, in status of that society that I came from. That was a nightmare. That was a complete nightmare. I didn't leave until maybe a year and a half afterwards. Oh, so wow. I have overcome some serious stuff, just mentally speaking. So I can't just come out of into this society having a 25-year gap. And that's why I gravitated towards YouTube so much, because I didn't know what the heck was going on. People were talking about celebrities, people were talking about sports events, and I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about. So now you understand me of why I'm called YouTube Submarine and why I'm called YouTube hugger because I was really grabbing onto YouTube as a lifeline to say, what the hell has happened in the last 25 years? Did I come from the Amish? No. Something very much like it. But then, seeing Amish women, okay, in their bonnets and everything else, they're very beautiful. They're very beautiful in their wholesomeness. And in that context, they can look at you and they can affect you just by a look, just by one glance. I mean, I'm talking about one single glance. Now you understand where I'm coming from and why I said the things that I said. So coming from that life perspective, I think it's very unwise for a man to attack a woman under those issues, with that issue of child support. You can do whatever you want as a human being, because that's why we're here on the planet, to actually experience life in and of itself, and we have to make decisions, and those decisions can be a negative or a positive. So would you call me a life coach? No, I'm here on this platform because there's no way to communicate these very detailed heart-to-heart information. I won't be able to ever say it in any type of Thanksgiving, Christmas atmosphere, or even birthday. Those types of situations, I'm going to be more listening to what they have gone through as who they are for the year or for the months that I haven't seen them. So that's all the background of why I said what I said, and the reality behind the powers of a woman. I've seen it firsthand. I've seen it so many times, and I think, honestly, just tread carefully. If you do have to do such things against a woman, I would tread very, very, very carefully, or just apologize in and of itself in the format in which I just said at the beginning of this video. You mean humble yourself? Is that such a word that's used in this society? No. That's too much. I think I'm mixing two worlds together, and that stuff just doesn't happen. People will not say such words, but I've grown up with it. I've grown up with that type of response. So, that's a lot of heart, man. I know that's a very deep type of topic, but you got to know where I'm coming from as a YouTube submarine. And now I think you understand why I am a submarine, because I have to be by myself, because I definitely don't know what has gone on in 25 years. And I don't want to look stupid or absent-minded. I'm a very intelligent human being, but I just been separated for such a long time. So a submarine is a very good analogy of how I feel as a, what did you call it? Avatar or helm of a car? Like there's a bulldog in front of certain vehicles. There's bulldog, yeah. This is a representation of the whole car, yeah. Or the Maserati, or other vehicles that we can mention. They have certain symbols to give that type of picture. That is already well established. I'm trying to get the point through, but I think that point is clear. Sorry to get so personal and so heavy, but you gotta know where I'm coming from. So I'm very happy to learn what I'm learning, but some of the mistakes I've done, they were mistakes. And I think the biggest mistake is trying to fight a woman. You know, I just apologize and seriously, in detail, apologize and then move on, man. You don't want that hand-packaged wrath from a woman. They are intense. Because I didn't live with nuns, but I pretty much lived with those types of individuals, man. And even in the religious sense, they were still incredibly, oof. Okay, so that's clear, and I hope you've gained something from this. This is one of the first times where I'm actually parked. Do you realize I'm not moving? Okay, I think that's all clear.